Greetings. Let's talk about how to frame with furring strips in a van build. In this case, we are building out the Rocinante, the starship, the van ship that will take us on our adventures in this planet and in other ones we travel to. First things first, we're using some 1/2-inch Baltic Birch, and we are cutting 4-foot by approximately 6-inch strips. So this is the material of choice because it is really strong. It's heavy, but it's strong, and it holds screws really well. So everything that's on the ceiling will end up mounting to this. And I'm using my grandfather's table saw. He has passed on to another place, and it is in my dad's shop now. So in a way, my grandfather is part of this build, and that's pretty cool. Okay, now that we've talked about multi-generation tool stewardship, we will start installing these furring strips. To do that, we need to translate the pattern from the framing member we're attaching the wood furring strip to. And what I did here was use a piece of wrapping paper to poke holes in our draw onto the surface in the places I was going to drill the holes through for our bolts. So the wrapping paper went on to the metal sheet, and then I put it onto the wood part and translated the bolt hole pattern so that my bolts are all proportional to the places I want them, and some are in existing holes and then some are in new holes. So I can just drill out the existing hole to an M5 rib nut, pop that in, and we are good to go. One thing I learned though is you don't want to over tighten your rib nuts, otherwise the threads just like pop out and you're gonna have a bad time. So snug, not tight, that's the way to go. And as I look back on this footage, I'm remembering that this was something I thought would take a day and maybe 3 to 4 hours. And in fact, it probably took a full day. It took a lot of labor to get this done. So if you have that flavor of ADHD where things seem to take longer in reality than they do in your mind, just block more time on your calendar for this labor when you're building your own van. Okay, so one rib nut at a time, we are getting our furring strips where we want them. And in this case, I'm putting my rib nuts in first and then using my wrapping paper to translate the pattern onto the furring strip like we already talked about. But for every one that's the same, I can just drill through multiple boards at the same time, and that should work for me. And that's pretty much going to be every single furring strip except for the one in the back that is split by the Max Air fan. So that's what you're seeing us do here, clamping our boards together so that they are square and drilling our holes through multiple boards at the same time. Now that we got holes drilled in our strips, we can start putting our bolts in one hole at a time. And it's around this time we're going to realize that we have some stripped out bolt holes because we inserted our rib nuts wrong. And that's where a tap and die set can be really helpful, because you can just recut your threads in your rib nuts and try and salvage them. As long as they're not spinning in their holes, you should be able to salvage them. I'm doing the left and right bolts first, nice and loose, before I do the center bolt, because these strips will be at an angle. Shinto. The saw file for wood, or a saw rasp. Let's see how it works on spray foam. in addition to getting these furring strips in, any spot where the spray foam is, well, more foamed out in depth than the furring strip, we're going to have a bad time when we go to hang up our ceiling. So that's what that rasp is for. It was only like $20 on Amazon. Link to that in the description below. And it worked pretty well, especially in culmination with the shop vac. This is where the hours just started ticking because these threads weren't holding bolts. So we can feel it holding the way we want it, but it's just not working. When this happens, first things first, try and recut the threads with the tap set. And if that doesn't work, drill new holes, put in new bolts, put in new rib nuts, and then just go from there. Alrighty, in this case, we found ourselves having to do this 2 times. We put 2 more bolt holes in, 2 more rib nuts in, traced our hole marks, and then we put our bolts in and the furring strip in backwards. So then we flipped it 180 degrees so that it was in right. This furring strip was a doozy. 1 step at a time though, we got it done. We got it in. And some furring strips are just like that, even in Australia. This one wasn't giving up easy. A couple of these bolts just did not want to go in. We ended up changing them out, lubricating them, trying to figure out why they wouldn't move. In this case, we had to take this one out with a vice grip and then kind of put it in with a vice grip. Still not working the way we wanted it to work. So then we pull all our bolts out, pull the furring strip out, test the bolts again, drill another set of holes, put more rib nuts in. My gosh, this was the furring strip saga from hell. Don't worry, it's going to be easier when you do your van. It could never be this hard. Okay, what I think was happening was that the hole in the furring strip for the bolt was small enough that the threads on the bolt were catching the furring strip, pushing it into the frame, and then keeping that bolt from moving the way we wanted. So we just needed to drill bigger bolt holes, put in a lot more rib nuts until we found the right combination of bolt hole opening size to in the furring strip board, and then just the good alignment with the rib nut. After that, we were able to move on to the other furring strips, and those went in so much easier for the most part, except when they didn't. And in that case, we knew what to do at this point. You just take your bolts out, you put in new rib nuts, and you keep going. At this point in the process, I was no longer using wrapping paper to translate the pattern from the bolt hole. I would just eyeball it, draw a straight line, drill my hole, call it good. But I did have a center line down the board to intersect with this sight line from the new rib nut bolt holes. And then I would do my rasping, filing, and vacuuming, and step by step we got it done. Using the step bit, we made that bolt hole a little bit bigger, and that bolt went right in. All right. Now we get to finish these split furring strips on either side of the max air fan. And when I drilled one of these bolt holes, I went straight through the wire that I'd run through that support for the max air fan, blew the fuse, and had to rerun the wire. It was kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. And we just keep going. We just keep building, and eventually the ship will be done. In any case, that is all I got for you today. I hope this helps. I hope your install goes well. Thanks for watching. We will see you around.